to we're going to do a recap on what we have learned from lesson 1 all the way to last week, lesson 24, on different things that we've covered, from living things, non-living things, all the way to light energy, heat energy, forces, system, diversity, so on and so forth. All right. So without further ado, let me share my screen now. As you can see that I'm typing a blank document. This will say that today's we are going to discuss what we have learned. I'm going to throw you all some questions that we have learned in the past, and you guys tell me the answer, all right, by raising your hands, okay? So now, let's start. Who remember what is our first lesson about? Can anyone tell me what the first lesson about? Well, we actually studied first lesson.
Teacher Will, I don't have a first lesson at here.
No worries. Because today, yeah, you saying? All right, no worries. I'm going to go through again one by one, all right? So lesson 1, we actually go through living things. So, and non-living things, all right? So what is living things and non-living things? Can anyone tell me what is living thing? Can anyone tell me what's living things? Anyone show a hand? Any hands? Don't tell me what's living things. Please use the feedback icon to show that I can know the hands. All right, so someone else, Alex, what is living things?
Living things is things that need air to live.
Yes, need air. What else? What else? What else? Yes, Eagle. I saw you. Your hand very, very high. Yes.
They need air, food, and water to survive.
Yes, need air, food, and water to survive. All right. What else? What else define a living thing? Can I have another 4 hands? What else defines a living thing? Yeah. All right. Yes. All right, Lynn. Yes, Lynn. What are the definitions? Remember, for those that with me on the first lesson, we gone through quite a bit of pointers that what defines a living thing. So, yes, Lynn. What is another way to define a living things? Lynn, are you there? I saw a hand raising up. Oh, hands is not. All right. Yes, Alice.
Well, it can reproduce.
All right. So living things can.
It can.
So move. Living things basically can reproduce. Can move.
Can move.
Okay. What else? Anything else?
And
one more thing. All right, for those that just join us or have been joining in the middle, it's okay. It's good to get together now to learn. All right, you don't know it's okay. It's the main thing is whatever I teach now, you understand. That's the most priority. All right, don't worry too much. All right. So Alice, so can reproduce, can move. One more things that can define a living things.
It can eat.
Okay, can eat. Yeah, what else?
Wait.
1,000 years later.
Can you give me a clue?
From a baby to an old man.
Can grow?
Yes, can grow. All right, can grow. All right. So now can I have, thank you, Alice. Now can I have Luna Kana, is it? You tell me what is non-living things. It's very easy for you, right?
The thing, what cannot living thing is they don't have air, food, water to survive.
Okay, so they don't need, all right, to correct your knowledge, they don't need air, they don't need air, food, and water to survive because they are dead. They are not alive. They are not alive. Yes, correct. Very good. All right, so let's carry. So basically, in short, right? Diversity. This lesson 1, right? It's in summary, right? Basically, talk about living things and non-living things. How do you categorize the living things? How do you categorize a non-living thing? Can I have a volunteer now to tell me three examples of living things? All right, can I have anyone to tell me three examples of living things? I saw one hand here. Yes, Yan and yes, yeah, you there? I can't pronounce your name. Yan, is it? Yeah. What is an example? Three example.
Example of living thing.
Yep.
Non-living things. Tree. Tree.
Oh, okay. Non-living thing. Okay.
Tree.
Okay. What else?
Dog. Animals. Animals.
All right. Trees, dog, and animals. All right. Like example, lion. So for example is lion. All right. Let me get another one for non-living thing. Charlie, where are you? Charlie, what is the example of? Give me three examples of non-living things.
The maybe bicycle or
Yeah, bicycle, correct. Bicycle. What else? What else?
chair
Chair. What else?
and maybe table.
Table. Thank you very much. So that pretty sum up what we learned at lesson number 1. Now we go to lesson number 2. We talk about the animal diversity, so known as the animal kingdom. All right, well, this is a very big topic. Okay, for animal diversity, I believe that we talk about mammals, right? So what is mammals? Give me an example. What is the mammal? Tell me, how do you define as a mammal? Any volunteers here? How do you define as one? Oh, Eric, yes. How do you define an animal to be a mammal? What's so special about mammals? What's so special about it?
Mammal is animals that have furs, and they also feed the young with milk.
Right, mammals is an animal, correct? It's an animal that has hair or fur, all right? And the main one thing is, right, they feed their young. Their young, all right, with their milk, all right? So now, my next question to everyone is, does all mammals give birth alive? Yes or no? Give me, who will tell me the answer? Yes, Batman. Personally, Batman. Yeah, give me an answer. Am I right to say all mammals give birth alive to their young?
Is a monkey.
All right, yes, monkey gave birth to their young. All right, am I right to say, give me a tick if you think that all mammals give birth alive to their young. Give me a cross if you think that all mammals, not all, give birth alive. Now, please tell Nikki now, give me a cross if you think that it's wrong. Give me a tick if you think it's correct.
How?
All right, so I can see many participants there. Well, Jack and Ming Chao, Candy, do you know the answer? Is all mammals, does all mammals give birth alive or they lay eggs, etc.? So any answer? Yes. For those who put a cross, you are correct because not all mammals give birth alive to. Sorry, not all mammals give birth alive to their young. Why do I say so? So not all mammals gave birth alive to their young. All right. So why? So let me just to their young. Why? One example is the platypus. This little guy here don't give birth to their young. So I don't it is wrong to say that all mammals actually give birth because some mammals actually lay eggs. All right, so basically only some mammals actually lay eggs. All right. All right. Next up, give me another type of animals that we have gone through. Sorry. Give me a time animal we've gone through. Anyone want to give a time animal we've gone through? Yes, Eagle. Sorry. Give me a type of animals that we have gone through. What are the type of animals that we have gone through?
I think I forgot.
No worries. The second is so can yeah, thank you. No worries. Now, Luna, do you want to try one, Luna? Luna, you want to try? Give one other type of animals that we have gone through in the past. Yes, I saw in the chat there's reptiles, correct? We have gone through reptiles. We have gone through yes, you're right. So what are reptiles? Other than reptiles, other than mammals, reptiles, what we have gone through? Any other thing we've gone through? We have also have bird. Yes, I saw birds. Yes, I saw amphibian. Well done. Yes, I saw fish. Yes. So can anyone tell me what is reptiles? Who can tell me what is reptiles? Yes, Eric.
A reptiles is a type of animal that have scales on the skin, the surface.
All
It
right.
also is a type of cold-blooded animals.
All right. That's all the type of cold-blooded animals. All right. Have rough scaly skin. All right. Well done. And they what did they do? They actually and they lay eggs on land. All right. Thank you very much. What about birds? How do we know that the animal is a bird? Yeah, I saw, yes, Bingan.
So a bird is they have furry, they lay eggs, and I think they're warm-blooded. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, bird is a warm-blooded animal, correct? You're right. Animal, all right. Covered with what?
Covered with feathers.
Feathers, all right, yes. What else?
And it lay eggs.
They lay eggs and they breathe through what? They breathe by lungs. All right, so they breathe by lungs. All right, so I think all right, they have lungs. All right, okay, so now we go on to amphibians. Anyone know what is amphibians? Who can tell me what is the definition of amphibian? And one example of amphibian is frog. Yes, Igor, your hand is so high. Yes, I saw you. I see you. Yes.
They have more skin.
Mhm.
As babies, they spend their childhood kind of in
All right,
the
childhood,
water,
yes.
and then they go to live on land, and they lay eggs in the water. When
And
in the water, they breathe through their gills, while on land, they breathe through their lungs.
there's some when they are adults, I don't think they have gills anymore. They breathe through their skin.
Oh, okay.
All right, so very important about that. All right, next, fishes. Thank you very much, Eagle. Fishes. Anyone want some fish? $20 per kg. Okay, so who want to tell me what is the definition of fish and what does fish have? Anyone want to try? Jack want to try? Min Cha want to try? Superman, Tony, or Jolie want to try? Yes, Charlie.
They are like small and some kind of big.
is big.
All right. Yes, correct. Some fish are small, some are big. All right. What else?
They don't have arms, legs.
Oh, yes, there are no arms, correct?
And they have tails, maybe.
They are covered with scales. All right, correct. They have scales and they have gills.
You?
Rest-
But some don't. I think the catfish don't have it.
They have gills for respiration purposes. All right. Catfish. So does catfish have scales? What makes you think that catfish don't have scales? Or any which you're right. Catfish do not have scales because their body is often naked. So for fishes, right? If you look at in general term, right? Fish have scales, but the most important thing that they actually define them fish, right, is they have gills for respiration purposes. All right. So that's why gills are the keyword to define which animal is a fish. All right. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. So now we have covered amphibian, fish, bird, reptiles. I'm not sure whether that's reptiles. All right. Then we have mammals. So all these are what we have covered on lesson 2. All right. So now we move on to and sorry, let me just rephrase. All right. Now, mammals, reptile, bird, amphibian, and fish belongs to what major categories? Can anyone tell me what major category do they belong to? Yes, Tony.
I think birds belong to the sky. The reptiles belong to the. Oh, I think there's many things. And the fish and the amphibians, it's belong to the water.
Yes.
The mammals belong to the land.
All right. What else?
Oh, I have nothing to tell now.
And no worries, whatever you say is correct. That's you can actually categorize all these animals based on where they live or where they often found. All right. The answer I'm looking for is what we have learned in lesson 2. For those that still remember, lesson 2 we talk about have bone, no bone. So all these animals here, mammals, reptiles, bird, amphibian, fish, no matter how they brave or how they look like or how big or how small they are all belongings to one category called have bones, which is called vertebrates. So the above animals belongs to the category of vertebrates. Also, what did I say wrongly? Okay, also known as bone. All right. So all these 5 animals, grouping, right? They all have the same common ground, which is they all have bones in their body. The bones give them a shape and size of how they look like. So therefore, they belong to the category of vertebrates. All right. So now we have vertebrates. What is the other group called? Can anyone remember? We have bone, no bones. So have bone is called vertebrates. No bone is called what? Yes, Mingan.
It is called invertebrate.
Yes. So the other group is known as the other group is known as invertebrates. All right. I think I spelled wrong again. Yeah, all right. Which is also known as No bones. All right. What are some of the
but they like
Sorry?
have sort of like bone outside.
They have exoskeletons, but they do not have internal bones. All right. So they don't need to drink milk calcium to make their bones strong because they have exoskeleton, which is not a bone. All right. So give me an example of invertebrates, please. Can anyone give me an example of invertebrate? Yes, Alice.
I think squid.
All right. What else?
Insects.
All right. Insects. Squirrel. What else?
Worm.
Worm. Animal.
Butterfly.
Butterfly belong to insects.
Oh yeah.
Well, we have octopus. And we have spiders. All right, and many, and snail. Yes, snails, and many more. All right, there's so on and so forth. All right. So now we actually gone through all these in lesson 2. So this is an example of vertebrates and invertebrates. So now we look into invertebrate now. Insects. All right, insect. How many body parts does insect contain? Can anyone tell me how many body parts does the insect contain? Remember what we've gone through in lesson 2? Alice?
I don't know.
All right, no worries. Mingan?
I remember it have like 6 legs.
6 legs. What else?
It is invertebrate.
Yes, of course, yes, the invertebrate, yes.
Yeah. That is what I learned from school.
And there are 3 body parts, which is there's a head, thorax, and abdomen. All right. So all these are some of the common field, and some of them, some insects have wings. Some have no wings. All right, so all these are the keywords that you have to take notes. All right. So these are basically pretty much sum up all those that is in lesson 2. Now we move on to lesson 3. All right. Lesson 3, we talk about fungi, protista, monera. Okay, what's up? Okay. No, that's not I'm sorry. We talk plants. We talk plants first. Plants. Okay, question to you all now. Give me 2 group of plants that we have learned in lesson 3. Anyone can tell me what are the 2 different type of group that we have learned in lesson 3? Batman.
It's root.
Sorry. Anyone else? Anyone else? Tell me what are the 2 different grouping that we have actually covered in lesson 3? Yes. Yan, is it?
Fungi. I think it's fungi.
Sorry. Okay, so let's check. Okay, the one is okay. Alice?
I think flowering and non-flowering plants.
Yes, flowering and non-flowering plants. So these are some of the key pointers that we have gone through, all right? So what is a flowering plant? Okay, Luna?
I think it's rose, lotus,
Rose.
and rose.
Okay, so what? So why do we call them flowering plants?
I don't remember.
No
Sorry.
worries, no worries, no worries. Don't say sorry. Okay, the students, don't say sorry. All right, it's not. I mean, if you didn't remember, it's okay. It's fine. It's good to recap again. All right. So, what is a flowering plant? By the word flowering, it means to say they are a type of plants that have flowers. And then and then what is a non-flowering plant? It basically means, right, they are a type of plants that do not have flowers. That's it. Short and easy. So how does flowering plant reproduce? Anyone tell me how does flowering plants reproduce? Is it Mingan?
Sorry, can I rest a bit because tomorrow is my birthday and today I celebrated one day early and I ate too many foods and I drink much water and
Okay, no worries, no worries, no worries. Happy birthday. I saw your hand is raising up. All right, don't worry, take care, enjoy, all right? All right, next. So how does flowering plants reproduce? Can I have anyone else want to join and tell me? All right, we have Luna again. Yes, Luna. Can you tell me how does flowering plants reproduce? Oh, no, okay. Alice, how does flowering plants reproduce?
I don't remember.
No worries. All right. So okay. So flowering plant reproduce by seeds, where it takes 21 days to germinate. All right. So all these are what we have covered. Yes, and also the seeds. The seeds are being dispersed, dispersed. So the seeds are being moved around to different places by wind, animals. All right. So all these are considered as how the flowering plants actually reproduce. Next, how does the non-flowering plant reproduce? We actually reproduce by spores, same as fungi. All right. All right. I guess most of you here, right, have not attended our lesson in the past. So I suggest I'm going to do one thing now. I'm going to open all the PowerPoint again, and we're going to go through one by one again. So at least you guys know how to do it. Okay. So give me 1 minute. I'm going to open all the PowerPoint slides now, and so at least right, I can recap with you guys for those that just joined in recently. All right. So one moment while I open up the PowerPoint now. Let me just go down PowerPoint now, and I will re-look into all these chapters and all the lessons again. Okay, so just now we are at week number 3. So week number 3 is plant diversity. Okay, so this is what we have learned. For those that actually joined us earlier, that's what we have learned. All right, so let us recap again. So for plants, we actually, okay, before that, for lesson 1, lesson 2, right, we actually covered things that are living things and non-living things. Living things need air, water, and food to grow. Living things basically have animal, plants, fungi, protista, and monera. We covered in lesson 2 whereby animal have bones and no bones, which is known as have bones vertebrates. No bones is invertebrates. All right. Under the vertebrate column, we have warm-blooded animals and cold-blooded animals. Mammals, birds belongs to warm-blooded. Fish, amphibian, and reptile belong to cold-blooded. For the invertebrate, we categorize them into have legs, no legs, 6 legs, 8 legs, have wing, no wing, and many legs. So these are what we have learned last in lesson 2. And we have just now we've discussed as a class. Mammals, the body cover is hair, birds, feathers, and so on and so forth. So now we talk about flowering and non-flowering plants. We know that how to define a plant. Whereby a plant is really a living thing that grows from a soil and turns light from the sun into food. And it's categorized into flowering and non-flowering plants. So as mentioned earlier just now, flowering plants basically produce flowers which are developed into fruits and seeds after being pollinated and or fertilized. And all flowering plants produce seeds in their life cycle surrounded by fruits. Some examples of flowering plants are as follows. Then we have non-flowering plants basically don't produce flowers. They have neither light leaf and have no fruits which they reproduce by spores. So as a revision now, a recap now, plants basically divided into 2 categories, flowering plants, non-flowering plants, where they both have similarity, where they both can make their own food from the sun using photosynthesis. And they both have a green substance called the chlorophyll. And they have roots, stem, and leaf. The only difference that both of them have is one have flower, one have no flower, one reproduced by seeds, one do not reproduce by seeds. So that's all for the lesson number 3. Now let's look at lesson number 4. Lesson number 4, we talk about fungi. I believe most of the students like to use the word called zombie mushroom or zombie ant. So lesson number 4 we talk about fungi, protista, and monera. Okay, so now let's look at it. So these are the following full chart of the living things column. We have animals, we have plants, we have fungi. All right, so let's carry on. So we know that plants can categorize into flowering and non-flowering. Animals can carry on into birds, fish, amphibian, reptile. Now we look at the remaining 3 different kingdoms: fungi, monera, and protista. All right. I'm not gonna go through in depth detail. I'm gonna go through the main topic that you actually supposed to know after studying lesson number 4. All right. So we have fungi. Fungi last time is called a plant, but however, scientists found that plants make its own food, but fungi did not make its own food. Therefore, they remove fungi from the plants and make it into a new category of the living thing species. So in summary, fungi reproduce by spores. They do not have leaves, roots, or stem. They grow in places which are moist and warm enough to support them. And once it fixed, it cannot be moved. This is called fungi. All right. So all these things are the fungi spores. All right. And we have covered that fungi got 3 different types. One is fit on the living date, one is fit on living things, one is interrelationship. All right. I will skip through all these things because you can read more through the lesson 4 videos. All right. I'm going to cover the main point here only for recap. All right, the use of fungi, students, you must know that the use of fungi is these two things: recycling, food, medicines, biocontrol agent, and food spoilage. Some fungi can be eaten, like mushroom. Some fungi are used to do antibiotics or medicine. All right, and then some actually spoil the food. All right, so let's carry on. So these are some of the example of harmful and beneficial effect. All right. Now look at Monera. Monera is basically talking about bacteria. All right, for students, you guys should know about bacteria. This is good to know. All right. So what is Monera? In short, Monera are unicellular organism, and one example is bacteria, where they are tiny little organisms. All right, that live around us. We cannot see them, but they're around us in the air, on our skin, our body, throughout nature. So that's one of the main pointers that you didn't know. All right. Again, we have to talk about use of bacteria. So remember, students, at any point of time in science, we always ask about what is this? Who is this? How can they help us? What is the use of the things? What is the harmful? What is the beneficial of the thing? In science, we always question and we find an answer to it. That's how we learn science. So for the use of bacteria, back to this slide, bacteria are used in three different things: soil, food, and body. Soil, why? Bacteria decompose the dead body and the new add the fertilizer to the soil. Bacteria is used to make yogurt and cheese and soya sauce. So all the sauce you are using on your food is all bacteria made. All right. And then bacteria in our body is help us to digest and break down our food. All right. So that's all for Monera. Now we move on to Protista. Protista is basically unwanted child. Why do I say unwanted child? They belong to none of the four categories of animal, plants, fungi, plants, and Monera. Why do I say why is it unwanted? For example, we have this photosynthetic protists. They convert sunlight into food, just like plants. But however, they got no leaf, no roots, no stem. So you cannot call it a plant. Therefore, scientists throw them into a group called Protista. Now moving on. We have some other Protista feed on dead living things and reproduce by spores. And they cannot move. So all these things, right, you cannot find a category, right, that suits them. Therefore, we call Protista unwanted. So as long as these particular living things do not fit the criteria for other kingdom like animal plants, they are called Protista. So that's a pretty sum up of the lesson number 4. Now we move on to lesson number 5. Recap. Like I said, we are recapping. So just bear with me, all right? We're gonna revise everything before we continue in next lesson next week. Now we look at lesson 5. Lesson 5 is basically talking about non-living things. All right. All right. So lesson number 5 is non-living things. Non-living thing, we talk about choosing the best material for whatever things you are going to do. Just like the story of the 3 little pigs. One pig built a house with hay, one pig built a house with wood, one pig built a house with brick. So all these material have a different forms of results. Of course, which material are the weakest? Hay is the weakest, but the wolf just blow one time, the hay goes away. Which material is the strongest? Uh, Brick is the strongest because brick is very hard. All right. Next. we also talk about what material we use to build your own house. All right, let's carry on. So we actually talk about two different types of non-living things. One is man-made and natural. Some example of natural is water, rock, and anything made by nature is called natural. Whereas all the car, tables, and things made by man is called man-made. So we have natural non-living things like water, rock, or man-made non-living things like bicycle, car, table. All right, that's all pretty sum much for lesson number 5. Let's look at lesson number 6. All right. Lesson number 6, right, basically talks about, hold on a second. Okay, PowerPoint. Lesson number 6, right, pretty much right covers the rest of the science topic. We're going into proper details. So one moment first. Share my screen. Okay, so okay, we talk about human body. Human body, we talk about digestive system. We talk about how the food is being digested from the stomach all the way to the intestine. All right. So food is being chewed in the mouth, followed by food will be going down from the mouth through the gullets all the way to the stomach. Then in the stomach, you will further digest. Then you move to the small intestine, whereby some of the nutrients are being drawn to the blood vessels to be sent to other part of the body. Then we have the large intestine, whereby it's basically take out all the water that's left over that will turn into poops. That pretty much sum up the digestive system. And then we talk about reproductive system. All right. For reproductive system, we talk about where does baby come from? Is it from a rubbish bin, or is it from the swan? All right. So we talk about the two different types, the female and the male parts. All right. There's one process called ovulation, where the woman already release an egg cell per month. All right. We talk about sperm cells and egg cells, and where is the part where the egg are being fertilized. They talk about different week of the baby, from week 0 all the way to week 20 to check whether it's a boy or girl. Then we talk about week 36 and week 41. All right, so that's all for it for lesson number 6. Let's go recap on lesson number 7. All right, I'll try to recap as much as possible, because if you got no time, right, then we will carry on with our lesson next week. All right. This lesson was meant to recap what we have learned in the past before we move on to in-depth details. All right. Let's talk about body systems, like example, respiratory system. We talk about how the circulatory system works, the different types of cells, then the 3 different types of blood vessels. We have the artery, we have the vein, and the capillaries. The red color is rich in oxygen. The blue color is rich in carbon dioxide. All right, one go to the body, one go back to the heart. Then about skeleton. And then we have muscular system, whereby there's 2 different types of muscles. One is voluntary, one is involuntary. Involuntary muscle is like your heart, whereby it is you cannot control it. They will just carry on pumping despite you say no. All right. Whereas voluntary means you can control it. All right. I mean, I had game and stuff. That time we have game for lesson 7. All right. So now we move on to lesson number 8. Recap. We talk about plant system, whereby students, we have actually gone through what are plants in full details, like the root system, the roots whereby it basically is located below the ground and responsible for absorbing water and minerals from the soil and give the tree firmness. We talk about the shoot system, whereby how it holds the entire leaves and branches in its shape. We talk about photosynthesis, whereby we have split into different categories for below 8 years old. We talk about light, carbon dioxide is being used to make food and oxygen for the plant. All right. That pretty much summarized for lesson number 8. All right. Students, if you want to know more about all these things in detail, please check out the video that is on YouTube by NCSN. I think it's called E-Knowledge Sources, whereby there's English version done by me and Vietnamese version done by teacher Hong Viet. All right. So if you are interested to know more about this lesson, right, please look at YouTube and find out the Vietnamese version if you don't know about English version. All right. So now we're going to speed up a bit. Now lesson number 9. There's a big file. So yes, James. Any question?
I now have any question.
Oh, okay. Because I saw you raise your hand. All right. Thank you. So now let's carry on. All right. We're going to talk about lesson number 9 recap. All right. There's a space, magnet. So how we thought the solar system is being formed, whereby the power of force with the power of the explosions, the Big Bang occurs. Then we have all the planets in details. The sun pull everything towards it through the gravity forces. And then we have talk about the North Pole and South Pole, how the different planets react to each other. All right. And we talk about magnetic materials and non-magnetic materials. All these things is all at lesson number 9. All right. So now we move on to the next recap. All right. Lesson number 10. I will skip this. I'll go straight to lesson number 13. We will recap. So I don't think we have time to do all. So lesson number 13. We talk about this. All right, lesson number 13. We talk majority about this topic known as cells, whereby we talk about what is the history of cells, and we have similarity of all the cells, whereby they have cell membrane, they have DNA, they have cytoplasm, they have their small in size, cannot be seen by naked eye, so on and so forth. All right, next we jump all the way to lesson number 16. All right, lesson number 16, we actually discuss and study about heat energy. All right, whereby we talk about what is the 3 different ways of heat transfer, whereby we talk about how heat energy form, where the heat makes the things feel hot, and then we talk about sources of heat, by rubbing on hand give heat, sun give out heat, burning object give out heat, heating something give out heat as well, and we talk about the usage of heat. All right, where it's used to cook food, dry clothes. We talk about the temperature as well. Heat is measured in J, temperature measured in C, F, and K. All right. The common misunderstanding is object and heat are not the same. The higher the higher temperature of object, the larger amount of heat it contains is wrong, whereby the heat amount it means depends on the type of material, the size, and the temperature. So these are some of the misconceptions. If you want to know more, right, you can refer to the video on week 16. All right, we'll jump all the way straight to last 2 weeks lesson, whereby we talk about food chain. Like the frog eat the other animals, and the animals eat other frogs. All right. So let's open it and see what the food chain is like. All right. Like we know our food chain, whereby we have this: the grass eaten by grasshopper, the mouse eat the grasshopper, the owl eat the mouse. So all these materials, students, it's good to go and learn. You can get more information from the previous lesson. I need the students all to learn and read through the videos that was being recorded in previous lesson, because from next week onwards we are going in depth to different chapters, and if you do not have the foundation of what we have learned in the past, it will be very hard for you to join, very hard for you to understand what you're going to learn next week onwards. All right. So all these slides, right, have been sent to Zalo. You can go and take a look. And the videos, right, have been uploaded to YouTube from lesson 1 all the way to lesson 25. So the purpose for this today, right, I'm going to ask you to recap is because I need you guys to have a foundation of what's going on at the basic level. Once you have a basic understanding, only then you can understand in-depth details about what you're going to learn in the next 24 weeks. You can say that today is the end of the primary school science lesson. From next week onwards, we are going into higher primary or lower secondary science lesson, whereby we will basically look in depth into different chapters, look in depth into what is like, what is heat in full details, our body, what happened to our body when we grow up. So all these things, right, needs the foundation of previous lesson. Therefore, I appeal to all students, if you just join this series, right, please read and watch the video of the past lesson from lesson 1 to lesson 24, so that you can understand and we can continue to proceed as a class from next lesson onwards. Because next lesson onwards will be the advanced level of We Love Science series. Therefore, I hope to see you for the next 24 weeks. All right. If there are any questions, if there's no question, I'll let you go now. We can end lesson now. But today will be the last day of the basic foundations We Love Science series. Next week will be the We Love Science series advanced level, week 1. If you are still joining us. All right. So that's all for today. I will see you next week. All right. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye-bye, teacher.
Take care. Enjoy being on. Happy birthday on. Bye-bye. Bye. Do we hope to see you all next week.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Take care. Take care. All right. Please go and watch and read through all the slides and videos that we have learned. Because next week onwards, we are going into more in-depth advanced level of We Love Science. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye. See you.
Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.